programming friends. Welcome back once more to this drives course. And today I'd like to do things a bit differently from the rest of the previous drive configurations before we move on to that other drive configuration with HNC. I'd like to do an unboxing of the same drive. What do I mean by this? This drive has never been used by us. It's in its box. And we've set up these type of drives before, yes, but this one in particular was in stock because we use a lot of different brand drives. So therefore, I'd like to take this time so that we can run a very famous unboxing. The other drives are also new, and we've also set them up previously. But this one in particular, we had it in its box. It's in its own box, in its original state, and I'd like that we all analyze what could be in this box. I know that you probably know how your drive, what a drive looks like physically, and that you see it in the box, and maybe you say, well, this is a little bit extra, don't you think? But not for the people who haven't seen a drive from zero or from the unboxing right at the beginning. So I want you guys to see what it has. So it has its most common characteristics, for example, the model, the volume, which is its dimensions, and the weight. This is of no use for us as configuration for drives. So it's exactly the same thing. So it has the brand and everything else. This box looks a little bit worn out, but the drive is basically new. We've never used this. So what does this have? This has an anti-shock protection. So I'm going to take out the drive. Okay. And I'm going to remove the protectors. It's like a new toy, basically. It's like a new Xbox. I really love these things about automation devices, servo drives, motors. I love this. And probably you guys do too. Now, what's inside the box? We have here always, on most cases, they have their manual, their instruction manuals. Now, they're going to tell us, they're going to give us many basic parameters that we can configure, that we can set up. But it's like a small book, a booklet that's going to indicate us step by step. It's going to be showing us, it's going to show us the most basic of configurations. For example, we have the installation part. Let me get this closer so we can all look at this. Okay. For example, we have the description part, the indicators, the drive. We also have how they're composed, or what they're composed of, how it's connected, the installation part, how the configuration is for the electrical connection. But it's not really complete. It's summarized. So probably in any other brands, we have the parameters that we need without the need of looking for them online. So that's why I also wanted to show you this video. For example, here, we don't have anything about the 2-wire or 3-wire connection. And I'm telling you this because I remember that we previously had set up one of these drives, and there's no such configuration in this manual. Now, what do we need to do? Basically, I had to look for all this. Let me just get this closer here. So I had to look for the drive model online, and I had to download the manual. Because if you notice, this manual is not the same one that we saw in our previous video. So therefore, we need a more complex manual, or else I'm not going to be able to connect our 2-wire or 3-wire part. Okay, so Depending on if the manual has it or it doesn't, it's going to depend if we need to download it or not. Okay? Now here, we have, well, you need to take this into account because it's very important. We can configure, firstly, our drive with a simple manual, but it's going to depend on our needs. So in my case, for that moment, I don't really know because I need a 3-wire connection. So only with one start button, reverse and forward. So therefore, we should analyze that situation. And then we have our bag, which I'm going to open. It has its bag, its protection, and what I was telling you. It's completely new. And again, the other drives, they're also new, but they don't have their bag and they took it out. And for example, Yaskawa is absolutely new. And in this case, they have their disk, their installation disk on their manual part, which I'm able to review directly, but I didn't show it to you guys. So all I did was I configured it. So before we continued and finished with all the drives, because we're basically done with this, for our 4-brand drive, this one was also in its box. So that's why I wanted to use this time and show it to you. So this is the drive. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Does it look simple? Is it elegant? Or do you simply not care? Well, I look at this basically as something regular. It's not something that shocks me. It's pretty simple. But, you know, let's remember that this, we don't have here the, well, we have here our lid. I want to show you guys how this looks. So it has its lid, which slides up. So this is something good. So it's something a little bit different than our drive's lids. So it has its terminals, its control terminals. I'm going to get this closer, just to get a closer view. So this is the part where it has their 10 volts positive, A01, the communication part 485. And we have our digital input parts. We have its outputs, its common, more digital inputs, then its auxiliaries. And here on the bottom, as we already saw, it has its motor, its potency, and the brake resistance. So it's basically the same thing from the rest of the drives. Okay? So this is the unboxing, and well, this is a drive unboxing at least, or a frequency variator. So whenever you get a chance, and I'm talking about the engineers who don't have much experience with your drives, but you're getting prepared, and I congratulate you. But trust me, guys, you're right now in the automation part, and you're going to notice that this is going to be of big use for you. And when you have your drive from 0, you're going to say, thanks to the drives course, or just by Rodrigo taking the time, a part of his time, is going to be very useful for you. I hope you liked this video, and now let's configure our parameters that we had previously looked for. Big hug, guys, and I'll see you in our next video.